Lexi. Today, I'm going to be talking about a topic that I've covered before, but I'm going to go into more detail than I have before. So, as you know, I have cerebral palsy. Specifically, I have spastic dystonic hemiplegia. If you don't know what that means, I'm going to break it down for you. So, spastic just means my movements are jerky, and dystonic means my muscles contract involuntarily. And, hemiplegia means that one side of my body works better than the other side of my body. So my right side is more affected than my left side is. And as most of you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I don't like wheelchairs. I actually have post-traumatic stress disorder from being trapped in chairs when I was younger for 7 hours straight. And it's a lot for people to understand. And I moved out of my mom's house when I was 21 years old because COVID got me kicked out of the dorm the first time, and then I didn't officially move out of my mom's for good until October of 2020. When I moved out, I started having caregiver issues beyond the extent that they were before, because people didn't want to help me walk around and do all the physical stuff that I do. And this continued for about 2 years at this point. And it got to the point where it started to affect me mentally, and then the school decided to permanently kick me out of campus housing. And now I'm in my apartment that I'm living in now. But I've only been here approximately 3 weeks because I was actually in the hospital because my mental health got so bad. And I was in there from March 17th to April 1st. And then my situation got worse. And then I went back. And then they kept me until they found me a place to go. And now I'm here. And I was having mental health issues because the caregivers kept quitting on me, and I kept getting blamed for it, even though it's not my fault that the agencies don't have people that want to actually work. But the school thought it was my fault, so they kicked me out of campus. And then, And then, when I got discharged from the hospital, I got discharged, and this apartment was completely empty, except for my medical bed that I have in my room now. So they discharged me to an empty apartment, and I had to figure out a way to get myself from my storage unit, which was kind of far from where I live now. So that took a hot minute. I basically had to figure everything out on my own. And that was a little bit difficult. And then I was really nervous because I thought the caregivers were gonna say I need a wheelchair right off the bat, but my first week in the new apartment was great because everyone understood. Well, seemed to understand. Sorry. My desire not to use a chair, and then the more that they worked with me, they started complaining to the boss of the company that I need a chair or I need to live my life differently than what I do right now. And that when people don't talk to me about that stuff, it's really hurtful because I would rather people say it to my face versus go behind my back and complain, which is what people always seem to do. And now, they're saying I need a chair to go out, which bothers me. And I've explained to them why I don't use chairs and why I don't want to use a chair, and they don't really believe me or want to listen to me. They just want to make it easier on themselves, which I understand. I do try to compromise with staff whenever I can, in any way that I can, but the issue that keeps coming up is the fact that I don't have a chair, and I honestly do have a chair, I just don't use it. My dad got it for me back in April before I went into the hospital because he thought that it would help the caregivers stay. And then I didn't get a chance to try that out before I went back to the hospital because of the caregiver situation getting worse. And then I just didn't really feel comfortable with chairs, and I still don't. And I feel like not a lot of people understand my viewpoint on it because even though cerebral palsy is classified as a disability, I don't identify as disabled, and it really hurt when somebody calls me that because I don't identify with that label, and I feel like people are trying to shove me into a box that I don't fit into just to make it easier on themselves. And honestly, I could do the walker all by myself, like you guys saw in my last video. I uploaded the montage of me walking around campus by myself. So it's not like I need that much help to get around in daily life, and I feel like people do more than they should because they're scared that I'm gonna fall or something of that nature, even though me telling them that I'm not gonna fall because I've been in a walker since I was 5. Well, I've had one since I was 5. I wasn't really allowed to use it at school because people thought it would be easier for me to be in a chair. And anyway, so basically I've had walkers since I was young. I know what I'm doing with them, but people are still scared to trust me. And hold on, I posted something on Facebook about this the other day that I want to look off of. because I made some good points. I feel like I should have recorded this today. I posted it on Facebook. Oh yeah, and that was the other point I wanted to make. When I was 19 or 20, my mom, so probably my sophomore year of college, my mom actually made me try different types of wheelchairs because she thought it would help me get caregivers and stop all the drama, which, by the way, my mom caused a lot of it because she was arguing with them and stuff like that. But it was a mixture of that and the wheelchair thing even before I moved out on my own. And I feel like my voice just isn't heard enough because people don't listen to me when I speak up. And now I'm going to start speaking up. I'm going to keep fighting to not use a chair, and I'm not going to let people that want me to be in a chair try to force me into one. But it's just frustrating because I feel like they don't understand what it's like to be in my body and what it was like to be confined to a chair all day for 7 hours straight, for 13 years straight. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't understand me because I try to do as many stereotypical normal person things as possible, and I feel like people discourage me because they view me as disabled, but like I said, I don't view myself as that, and I don't let it stop me, but we just need to get more people to understand where I'm coming from and my point of view on things, because it's a lot different than the typical disabled population. I don't like using that word, but I don't have better terminology for the sake of this video. I like to say physically challenged because that's what it is to me. But even talking to other people with CP, most of them have chairs and they don't understand why I don't use one or don't want to get one, and it's just frustrating, so I don't feel like I can relate to any of them or anything like that, because all they do is try to shove the wheelchair down my throat like a lot of people do. And I feel like I was put here to break all the stigmas about cerebral palsy because I've never lived my life in the way that a typical person with CP would. But honestly, every CP case is a little bit different. I just try to do everything, and a lot of people admire my drive and determination, but then there are people that just want me to give up and want me to be in a chair and want me.
Hey, editing Lex here. I just wanted to add in a few more points that I forgot to add in when I was filming on my camera. So today I went for an adaptive driving evaluation, and a lot of people were concerned about getting in and out of a car and me being able to drive safely. And that made me super uncomfortable because of the disability stigma about people with disabilities not being able to drive. I feel like they were prejudging me before they saw that I could do it, and they wouldn't even give me a road test because they said I scored too low on the cognitive ones, and that made me really mad because I believe I'm cognitively sharp, and they said my reaction time is slower, so they don't think I would be a good driver. And that is something I've been working on for a few years now. As you guys know, I started a GoFundMe for adaptive hand control and stuff like that. And the place in my hometown recommended me to the place I went to today, and once again they said they couldn't help me, so now I have to go to a place 6 hours away from where I live to get the higher level psych evaluations, but they still didn't recommend me to drive, so I have to see what I can do about that. And I just don't like the fact that people judge me so quickly, and it drives me crazy because I view myself as very capable, and a lot of people doubt me, and a lot of people complain, and it's not very fair. People don't understand what it's like not being able to drive yourself everywhere you want to go. And a lot of the helpers that I have now don't drive, so I constantly have to pay for Lyft or Ubers or wait for a van to come pick me up. But the van is through my insurance, so I don't pay for that one. But it's still kind of frustrating that I have to rely on other people to drive me around when I want to be able to drive myself, and it's very frustrating that people doubt me without actually letting me get behind the wheel and prove myself to them. But yeah, I actually failed the vision part because my glasses are old. So I made an appointment for Monday to get an updated prescription, and then I'm gonna contact the guy that does the higher tech evaluations and see what I can do from there. But it's just frustrating because I feel like I keep trying and trying, and no matter what I do, there's a loophole. There's always a loophole. And like I mentioned previously, I am not comfortable with the disability label. I say that I'm physically challenged, so a lot of things bother me that a lot of other people with my condition just go with the fact that they cannot do certain things and they don't try to do certain things. And then there's me that tries to do everything and gets told all these loopholes and gets shot down and stuff like that. So it's just really frustrating. But yeah. Hopefully one day soon I'll be able to drive myself, but for now I'll just deal with the frustration. And it makes me really sad and angry that a lot of people don't listen to me and what I have to say and just doubt me with everything that I do. And driving is something that means a lot to me, so of course I'm gonna try to do it whenever I can. But as of right now, I cannot drive because I don't have the controls that I need, and it sucks that this is the second evaluation that failed, because I was getting all excited this morning, and then when I was doing all the testing and stuff, I got nervous based on the instructor's reactions, and a lot of people were concerned about what I was doing, and it just made me uncomfortable, so I got really anxious, and it just wasn't good. But yeah, this has been really hard for me to go through, and I was getting better for a while, and I was hopeful that this place where I live could help me, and now they're telling me that they can't help me, which is frustrating. But yeah, I'll just have to keep going through the loopholes, and I do whatever I can, and I don't give up easily, as you guys know. But yeah, it's been rough for a while now, and I just don't feel like people actually believe in me or believe what I say or do anything besides discourage me, and it sucks. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. I'll keep you guys updated on the driving situation as I find out some progress. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.